beautiful beings of love and light. Welcome to my sacred space. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Raven, and this is going to be my deck review of The True Heart Intuitive Tarot by Rachel True. If you are familiar with the movie The Craft from the 90s, Rachel True is part of the coroners. Okay, I'm getting giddy over this because I really love that movie. We even had like a VHS of that one. Oh my god, I'm not revealing my age, but yes. So that movie is about witchcraft. It has Nev Campbell there, Rachel True, Fairuza Balk, and Robin Tooney. So yeah, so that's a movie from the 90s. If you're interested, it's really nice. I think they made a remake of that movie, but I haven't seen it and I didn't hear good reviews about that. Anyway, why am I talking about that? We're here to talk about The True Heart Intuitive Tarot by Rachel True. Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick look of the box. It's I'm gonna be completely honest. This is a poorly made box. If I saw this in if I encountered this or if I saw this in a bookstore, I wouldn't grab it. Okay, Ringo, we're doing a review. Please don't. Okay, so I wouldn't grab it because it's like a pizza box. It's like a carton that's just folded into this box. Anyway, so if you are one who is very particular with your tarot boxes and your oracle card boxes like this one, this is very well made box. I wish they could have just used this style, or at least one of the Hay House boxes, but they came up with their own style. And suffice to say, I'm not a fan of this box. Okay, this is how it looks like on the side. That's how it looks like. Here in the back, you have the cutouts here, and then it says, "My tarot decks are among my closest and best forever friends. I'm a lifelong practitioner and a part of a movement committed to demystifying and destigmatizing esoteric studies. The tarot tells the story of humanity, giving you insight into yourself and helping you clarify the now and make better choices for the future. They're like a shrink in a box and spiritual Xanax rolled into one." So that is from Rachel True. She's the creator and the author of, this tarot. This is by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt Publishing Company. I'm sorry, it's the first time I heard of that publication, or publishing house. So anyway, this is Rachel True. If you remember her lovely hair, yeah, that's awesome. I loved her. Anyway, so this is the box. It opens up like this, and I'm not sure if you can see. It's like the quality of it is not nice, okay? But the saving grace of this thing is the book. If I don't know, if it were up to me, I would say this is a tarot book that comes with a deck. Okay, that's I don't know, I feel like more effort or time and everything was put into this book. Not only with the writing, I guess, just because the production quality is really not nice. Even the cards are like flimsy. I barely use them because they're so flimsy. But yeah, so this guidebook is pretty awesome. I'm just gonna put this aside for a while to give you a look of the guidebook. So it has the same cover. Okay, so it has the full as the cover of the guidebook. So here I have the title page, and then a very nice another title page. Okay, and then here she dedicated it to Pamela Coleman Smith and all who came before, meaning all tarot deck creators in the past. This was published just last year, 2020. So at first when it came out kind of like expensive. I think here it says $30, but I think I got it for 14 or 12, but just around that. And then Rachel True added quotes from Carl Jung and Nikola Tesla. Both are amazing. We can predict the future when we know how the present moment evolved from the past. And then, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think of it in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And Nikola Tesla is just awesome. So here you have like a nice, kind of like a dream like, I don't know, depiction of a sun with an eye and arms stretched outward along with the rays. Okay, so this is the cover of the back side of the deck, but this one is, of course, as you can see, black and white. And here you have the table of content. The production of this book is really nice, although not everything is in color. Okay, well, not it's not in color, but the paper quality is good. It's a nice paper. It's kind of like blue, like how the magazines are, but matte. Okay, so here you have a very long introduction wherein she talked about how she started using or getting into tarot, and how she evolved with her spirituality, and then getting started, and then she just talks about everything. So this is an awesome beginner deck, I guess, because Rachel True really went all out with the explanations and everything, and just it's if you like I said, the book is amazing. The card and the production of the box is no, it's not. But that's just me being completely blunt, because I think getting the book itself is a great bargain. So if you want to purchase this deck, then just think of like getting a book, and that comes with a tarot deck instead of like getting a deck with a book, because I feel like this is like the gem in this box. Anyway, so there she tells about a little about the backstory of tarot, like the history of tarot, and then how to choose your deck, and then caring and feeding of your deck. So basically a lot of information was provided and is provided in this book. Getting to know the actor's ways exercise, of course, being an actor herself. She was able to mesh the two together, which is, I think, very, very clever. And then here, digging into your deck. So here she explains the actual tarot. She dissected it, like the quartz, the suits, and then of course the cups for water, emotions, and feelings. A little bit of numerology here as well, and then the different suits, and then putting the suit energy and numerical value together, and then of course the court cards. So yeah, a lot. And then she also talked about reversals. So if you're one who is inclined to read reversals, there's a lot of information here about that as well. But instead of like calling it like reversals, she calls it low vibe energy here in this deck, at least in her book, in the explanation. And then look, a full page, more than a full page for shuffling alone, and then pulling cards, and then a little about reading for other people, and then on to the spreads. And she did provide quite a lengthy explanation about the different spreads, how to use them, the patterns and all of that. And then here she provided the 1 card daily pull guidance spread, and then 1 card 1 question spread, the 3 card past, present, future spread. The Celtic cross, of course, is here, and then the 11 card mother piece spread. And then there's another one specifically for relationships. Oh, okay. Yeah, these are just some of the diagrams for the mother piece spread. And then here, the 10 card relationship snapshot spread, which is here she talks about, how you... Okay, let's finish this first, and then the True Heart Tarot 5 card insight spread. So here you have like depictions of the cards, where to place them, like a map, if you would, and then the meanings or the questions, so it's very, very, it's like really in depth. Okay, but another thing, like here, for example, she really kind of like, it's like she's holding your hand and really teaching you like one-on-one how to use tarot. Okay, so I think that is an amazing way to write about like or start off like your guidebook, or that's an amazing thing to include in a guidebook. So it's especially if you're like new to tarot, this is a really really good book. Plus, it comes with a deck. Anyway, and another page for her final thoughts on the spreads. One thing that I would like to point out here is that I'm really glad that she noted, she really included in this deck or specified in the deck that, you shouldn't really, when you read for someone for like, specifically for the relationship spread, she mentioned that, if you keep on reading about the same person in your situation, their situation for a long time, it's like you're adding more energy into the situation, and at the same time, it will leave the both of you depleted. So if you're in separation, you don't want to continue putting energy there because the other person won't miss you, or kind of like that. I think she said something like that. I've read this book for quite a while. It took me a long time to actually do this video, I guess. So I think she, where is that? So yeah, like we have like a spiritual connection with another person. So if you do this spread, it can become energetically draining to you, and the person you have eyes on can repel rather than attract. Okay, so she did mention that. Right here, we are going to go through the meanings of the cards, and I love how she actually injected her stories into the meanings. I will show you that later, but for now, let's have a look at this. This is the page allotted for like the image, like a quick snapshot of the meaning of the card. Okay, so for example, the Fool, you have the number there, the title, the image. Although this is just black and white, I mean, you can definitely see, the artwork. And then you have the keywords for high vibe and the keywords for low vibe. And then here, every journey begins with the first step. So this is like a full page of just, about the Fool's journey and how it began. And then, of course, there's here she also explains the meaning of the Fool when you pull it. And then here, she explains like a full paragraph, like actually 2 paragraphs. Well, like yeah, a lot of words for low vibe meanings. Okay, and then this is the part where I said that she actually injected her story so that it's easier for people, like an analogy, I guess, for the meaning of the meaning of the Fool card, um, which is, I don't know, I think it makes it easier for people to remember or understand the card's meanings. Okay, so here she talks about the craft, her experiences there, and then she has that for everyone. Like here, when I was a sophomore at NYU for the magician, and then like it's fun because it's like you're having a glimpse not only of the meanings of the cards but also of her life, and how she incorporated tarot with her day-to-day life and how it helped her, how it supported her, and so that's pretty awesome. She goes about everything in length. Okay, so let's move on to the minor. Okay, oops, come on. So you see, we're not even onto the minors, and this is already like the amount of pages dedicated for the introduction, and the manual, like how to use this deck, and then the meanings of the major arcana cards. So now we're on to the minors, and here she just explained like she just allotted 1 page each. So you have the title of the cards, the sample image here, the high vibe keywords, the low vibe keywords, and then the meanings, and then the low vibe meanings. So she doesn't really go on to detail about her experiences on how to. I mean, she didn't go into detail about her experiences like she did with the major arcana cards, like how she connected it with the majors. So here it's just strictly the meanings of the cards, okay? But it is very significant as well. It's very substantial. There's a lot of information here, and I think it's a very well thought of book. It's a really nice book. It's interesting. Not only are you learning about the cards themselves, but also a little bit about the creator and how tarot helped her. And she talks about her experiences, which is pretty awesome. Excuse me. So yeah, that's it. So that's a pretty thick guidebook. It's a total of 207 pages, and it's a really meaty guidebook. So I've talked about the guidebook for quite a while, so let's look at the cards. Okay. So as you can see, it was divided into two. Not really a fan of that. We have cat hair there. And yeah, like I said, I'm not really a... okay, there. So the cards. Right. For some reason, I don't know, I wish kind of like the same color was represented here, or used here at least. I like the light blue and the dark blue, but here she used red. I don't know, but for me, like, it doesn't match. So, but yeah, that's her aesthetics. What do I know? So here you have the the card. Like I said, it's paper thin. It's really... Yeah, let me just pull a card. Now let's see. I'm gonna pull one from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck by Kyle Gray, and this is not even that thick. Okay, but you can see, this has, like, this is so well made, and this is just like, I think my former business card was a lot thicker than this, and it's papery. I think you will kind of like easily, I don't know, accidentally pinch or fold the ends. It's not really well made, the deck, but the images are divine. The images are something that's actually another saving grace for this deck. I guess, if she was able to come up with, a better quality for the cardstock, and the box, better quality for the cardstock and the packaging, this is going to be like an amazing deck, because the book is awesome, the images are great, but yeah. Well, this is her first try, so maybe she's going to amend it or change it at least, maybe in like a second edition, if she's going to come up with another one. Okay, so I'm gonna give my thoughts now, and then I'm gonna go through the flip through. Well, I actually told you already my thoughts about this deck. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm being a little bit too harsh, but it's just that I'm just not feeling this deck a lot because of the production quality, and I kind of like said the same about my Ostara Tarot, and I haven't really used that deck ever since. I think I pulled a card during the spring equinox, but just one card, and that was it. I never really used that because that deck has like different edging. It was cut like differently, so yeah, it's staying there at the bottom of my bookshelf. But this one, I still try to use it. I still make an effort to connect with the deck. It's just that it's just so flimsy. But the images, like the Taj Mahal over there, what else can represent love other than the Taj Mahal? It's just a beautiful, beautiful representation of love, like a physical representation of love for Mumtaz Mahal. So that's really amazing. And then this deck has diversity. I love the colors. It has a very gentle energy to it. It's also reminiscent in the colors of the deck. It's very, I don't know, like whimsical sometimes, and it has a lot of themes in this deck. A lot of mushrooms as well. But I do like it, and I just really hope it had better card quality. So yeah, that is the deck. I'm gonna give you now the flip through. If you have questions about this deck or about the guidebook, please feel free to comment in the description box below, and I'll be sure to answer you as soon as I can. And thank you so much for hanging out with me. I think I'm gonna say goodbye again later after we do the flip through, but I just don't want to forget it. Okay, so let's start with the flip through. Enter music. Right. Actually, I know I'm still gonna talk. I'm still talking. I forgot to mention that although some cards look like, see how bendy that is. Although some of the cards, I think this is very loosely based on the Rider-Waite-Smith system, because some of the cards do look like, they try to incorporate the scenes or the ideas or the archetypes of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck and system, but some of them are completely different. Okay, I guess some are just different. This has like more of like a dream-like theme. I guess I can't really quite put my finger on what theme this deck is, because it does have like a lot of different styles and elements in it. I'm not saying it's not nice at all. I'm saying it's a very pretty deck. There's a lot of diversity in it. Sometimes it's modern, sometimes it's not. It's more scientific and hippie. So it touches a lot of themes, I guess. But yeah, it is a pretty deck. I love the images. Um, yeah, but some of them are just like, okay, 5 swords. I guess because I don't know, you're seeing deception, you're seeing like people coming at you with conflict, or you know maybe. So I guess this is like the what, I can't talk, like the title of the deck says, this is the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. So you can basically just perhaps use your intuition. For the Swords card, I feel like some of them are kind of like connected with each other. So I did notice that before. I was thinking, didn't I pull this deck already and this card already? But it is a pretty deck. I enjoy the images, except for I'm creeped out by the face of the woman here. But yeah, love this star card. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. So yeah, that's your True Heart Intuitive Tarot. Let me know if you have this deck. If you have it in your collection. What do you think about it? How do you Did you do anything to make it a little bit more sturdy or something? Please let me know, because I do like the images. I like working with this deck, even though I haven't used it a lot. Yeah, that's it. Just gonna show you the last step. There you go. So I think those are kind of like interconnected somehow, right? Or at least the images are. So there you go. That's my 2 cents worth on the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. Well, True Heart Intuitive Guidebook and Tarot. So let me know what you think. I hope I was able to give you some insight with this video. If you are planning to get this deck, maybe in time she's going to come up with a deck that has better quality, production wise, like with the box, as well as the cards. So I wouldn't really recommend getting it now. If in the future she will come out with one, then great. But if you really want to learn more, or just you're interested, or if you're like a bookworm and would love to read about Rachel True as well, then this is a really nice, like, this book itself is like the gem. So that's it. That's my review. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and Ringo over here. And I hope to see you again in one of my other videos. Take care, you guys, and have a good one. Bye.